Feel better fast. Quality care right here, right now. Click on our icon on DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police splatter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
From the Heart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. The news is brought to you by Baum Chevy Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, as well as Connexus, offering fiber internet in Clinton. Click their icon on DeWittDailyNews.com to find out more. The excitement for Clinton's America 250 celebration continues to grow as the plans come together. Bobby Perryman with the America 250 Committee in Clinton explains that July 3rd through 5th will be a weekend packed full of activities and attractions that are fun for the whole family. They are leaning into the American classics with multiple baking competitions and an Uncle Sam lookalike contest.
It's going to be a very big event. It's going to be family friendly, so you can bring the whole family. Over the 3 days, we're going to have live music. And we're going to have bounce houses and obstacle courses and rock climbing wall. We're going to have all kinds of contests, baking contests, art contest, a Uncle Sam lookalike contest. So a big variety of things. We also will have the kind of entertainment you used to see at these sorts of carnivals. We have a sword swallower coming, and which I'm very eager to see. I can't wait to see that. Apparently she does a fabulous show. And we're going to have vendors, which I'll be talking about in a minute. And we don't have the full schedule completely finalized, but we have most of it. Pedal car races, zip line, pioneer races where it's like a relay race, but you're a pioneer doing pioneer stuff. So all kinds of fun activities. And I do want to emphasize it is all 100% free, except, if you buy food. But we will have free snow cones and free cotton candy. But all of the actual events themselves are free.
Edith Brady-Lunny says that it wouldn't be the 4th of July without a parade. She says that entry forms should be available to the public in May, and there was no fee to participate.
Well, you can't have a good America 250 celebration without a parade. And of course, this is a national celebration. There will be towns, big and small, from Washington all the way to Washington State, that everybody will have a celebration that weekend. And so we thought we have to add a parade as, part of the celebration here. So in May, we anticipate having the entry forms available so anyone can sign up and be in the parade. There's no fee to be in the parade. And so it's churches, organizations, individuals, businesses, clubs, anybody that wants to be in this. It's a patriotic themed parade, of course. So we'll start getting the entry forms out so people can be thinking about what they want to do. Maybe they'll make a float, whatever. We do anticipate it being a parade on West Main Street because the square will be full of activities and vendors set up. So like our Christmas parade route wouldn't work because the square will not be available. So we're working out all the details of that.
Perryman states that the committee has been working tirelessly to iron out all of the details and craft the perfect celebration to honor America's 250th birthday. They have also been fundraising to help keep the event free.
So I joined the committee in December, but I know they had met before that. I just hadn't been able to go to the meeting. So it's been in the works for many, many months now. And the committee has worked on exactly what the celebrations are going to be, fundraising. And I'm going to shout out Kenny Atkinson because he has done an amazing amount of fundraising and event plan and booking all of the performers and things. So there's been a lot of talk about which performers are we going to get, who can we afford with the money that we have. And if you follow us on Facebook, we do have a Clinton Celebrates America 250 Facebook page. We've been shouting out our sponsors, and they are a ton. All of these, so many local businesses and organizations have been so incredibly generous, giving either cash donations or making signs or printing things for us, donating food, donating equipment. So the lists are on Facebook, and we were shouting them out every week. So we're very grateful to them. But we just want the community to come together, all of us come together to celebrate America, to celebrate our community. And that's why it's so important that it's a free event. So it's open to everyone. People can make donations. And if you would like to donate, the American Legion is being kind enough to secure all that for us. You can drop off a cash donation or write a check to the American Legion here in town. Just please be sure to note on the donation that's for America 250.
If you'd like to learn more about or get involved with the Clinton America 250 Committee, find them on Facebook. Coming up shortly on this expanded newscast, new online application process for Social Security cards. Farmer City leadership has been excited about the coming development of property along Interstate 74 on the north side of town, but that development may hit a pause as dirt begins to get moved later this spring. Taylor Baxter, city administrator for the city of Farmer City, told the Heart Media Group that one of its contractors is coming across some equipment that has serious delays attached to it.
The I-74 project, I've talked about this a ton. We're still a go, and actually they're going to be moving dirt, I believe, next month. We ran into a little hiccup with the state of Illinois because we had to do an archaeological study, and they thought there might be an ancient burial ground of Indians on this piece of property. Come to find out there isn't. So we're good to go on that. So we're moving forward. But one of the things on the city side, so the city is extending our utilities. And in Farmer City, we have water, sewer, and electric, that we're extending utilities out to the tabling development project. But one of the hiccups we ran into is on the electric side. We have some lead times on some of these pieces that we need for our sewer pump station that is up to 70 weeks long. When we first went out to bid, our engineers, we looked at every single piece of equipment that we needed in order to extend the utilities. Okay, here's the piece that we need for this. Okay, let's figure out how long that's going to take. Well, the subcontractor was going through line by line. Okay, here's what we need to order. This is what we need. They found anywhere from, there was probably, I want to say 7 pieces, anywhere from 24 weeks to 70 weeks delayed in getting them here.
According to Baxter, the development of the site will not stop. However, when they need the equipment that is delayed getting to them, the work may stop temporarily until it arrives.
When we originally had that contract made, we had substantial completion date, final date that everything needed to be done, final payment date. That needed to be extended, obviously, because of we don't know that in the beginning. So last night, it was kind of a, hey, I have some bad news that I need to bring to you guys kind of conversation. But it's totally out of our control. It's out of the subcontractor's control. But in the meantime, they're going to be looking for similar products that will still work, but it doesn't have to be that specific model, that sort of thing. So this is kind of worst case scenario. We're pushing it back 6-7 months. Long story short, we just had to push it back because with contractors, you have to be able to hold them accountable to dates, and it's not their fault. This is getting pushed back. So it's just being on the same page with them and being realistic with it too.
Baxter says they are hoping for the best case scenario, but planning for the timeline they were given. He reminds there was a lot happening just off the highway in Farmer City. There is going to be a small retail component along with some housing in that part of the city. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Let's take a quick break with a word from our sponsors.
March into Baum Chevrolet Buick and march out with a new Chevrolet. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City. We have over 20 Silverados to fit your daily work needs in 1500, 2500, and 3500s in gas or diesel, all sale priced. Also, check out the Colorado pickup. This size and maneuverability may be another option as well. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
Experience the power of better connection with Connexus Fiber Internet. Connexus delivers ultra-fast, reliable speeds to keep you connected at the speed of life. Whether you're working from home, streaming your favorite shows, or gaming with your friends, Connexus has you covered. Say goodbye to buffering and dropped calls and say hello to fiber fast internet. Ready to upgrade your connection? Sign up today by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.
News time is 19 minutes after the top of the hour. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Social Security card related business remains one of the most common reasons for contact. Jack Myers with Social Security indicates the agency has launched a streamlined online application for Social Security cards. Many customers can now complete their applications fully online. For those who need additional steps, the process can begin online and finish with an in-office appointment.
Yeah, so one of the most common reasons people visit us at Social Security is for Social Security card related business. Now, we've had an online application process for some Social Security cards for a while. Basically, we had kind of two different paths you could go down. If you just need a replacement card with no changes, you could go through your My Social Security account and request that if you have an Illinois driver's license or state ID. And then if you needed another type of Social Security card for some reason, there were opportunities to at least start the application online. So now what we've done is we've kind of put the whole thing together into a streamlined application where you go and you just visit ssa.gov. Probably the easiest thing is go to ssa.gov and then up at the top, click on card and record. And then you'll start down a path where it'll ask you some questions about what you want to do. If the type of transaction you're trying to complete can be done 100% online, it'll just automatically lead you into that path. And if you get through it, then you'll automatically just submit your application and you'll get on-screen feedback of, what's going on.
Benefits of the enhanced system include a simpler entry point for Social Security number card applicants, reduced paperwork, and shortened wait times. Myers adds it minimizes repeat visits due to incomplete documentation and expands online options while still supporting those who need in-person help.
But even if you can't go all the way through, like let's say you have to change your name or something, and that's not something that can be completed 100% online, you can at least do the application that way, and then it'll tell you what you need to bring in, and it'll allow you to schedule your appointment, because you do need an appointment for that type of thing. So it'll allow you to do it all from start to finish there with scheduling the appointment. You'll know what you need to bring. You'll have a number that you can give us when you come into the office, so we can just pull up your application that you did online and really be a lot more efficient. In addition, if you needed to reschedule that appointment, you could go back in and do that as well. So, it just gives you kind of an all-encompassing approach. And it's also better because the old way, there were a lot of things that kind of kicked you out of that, so you couldn't use that online scheduling option. And now with this new, more streamlined online Social Security number application process, a lot more people can go at least to the point of scheduling the appointment on the website without falling out because of some technical limitations.
Many customers can now complete their applications fully online. Visit ssa.gov/number-card or visit ssa.gov and click on card and record. Taking a look at some rainfall totals after that heavy storm last night that included some tornadic activity on the northwest side of Macon County. Rainfall total indicator on the west side reported 0.85 inches of rain. If we go west from Decatur, 0.076, so 3/4 of an inch of rain reported on the south side of Springfield. In the southwest corner of Christian County, 0.7 inches of rain, so close to 1/4 inch of rain in that region. Going north up to Bloomington on the southwest side of Bloomington, 0.81 inches of rain reported. But a little bit more as we head just slightly north, the northwest part of McLean County, 1.15 inches of rain reported. And in Tazewell County, in just about the center of Tazewell County area, north of Hopedale, 1.07 inches of rain reported there as well. So a little bit more up there. Taking a look on the east side of the state in the Urbana area, the Champaign-Urbana area, 0.64 inches of rain, 0.58. So just a little bit more than a half inch of rain in the Champaign County area. And a similar amount in the Moultrie County area, once again on the east side of Decatur, 0.58 inches reported north of Lovington, between Lovington and Hammond in Moultrie County. Large hail played a significant role in last week's storm system that moved through Illinois. A state record may have been set in Kankakee with a hailstone of 6 inches in diameter recorded. David King is with the National Weather Service office in Chicago.
I mean, the hail size was incredible. This was an event that does not happen very frequently here in northern Illinois. It was very safe to say, getting hailstones of diameter of 3 to 5 inches we saw it happening, and it was just becoming much more frequently. And so to see these reports of 5 and potentially 5 plus, and as you mentioned, we're now investigating, whether or not it could be a state record with the 6-inch diameter. I mean, it's incredible, and hopefully knowing that people saw that warning and got inside, because even when you want to make a hail report, it can come after the fact. With a hailstone, you don't want to be outside. You want to be indoors to hopefully help protect yourself. So to see that with this storm, it was incredible.
King says the tornado that moved through Kankakee County last Tuesday night was rated as an EF3, reaching wind speeds of 150 miles per hour. Another year of nutrient stewardship field days is underway in Illinois. Events are planned for March 19th in Will County and March 21st in Montgomery County, says Illinois Farm Bureau Environmental Program Manager Bana Pegg.
So Will County's focused on really trying to focus on soil health too, but also economics. So investing in your cover crops or whatever situation you're doing to try and improve your soil health, and also look at your bottom line and make sure that makes sense for your return. They have some speakers coming. Luke Berg-Schneider from Andrew Margonaut's lab is coming to speak. And Tori Colburn from, I think he's with ADM, but he's also with Illinois Sustainable Ag Partnership, is coming to speak. So I have a handful of speakers coming, really good speakers to come talk about soil health and economics. And then Montgomery County, they'll be focused on best management practices and the effects of using the right best management practices on the land. They'll also have the FLASH program from American Farmland Trust. They will be there to speak on the FLASH program that is regionally available, and they have funding to actually provide cover crop seed and do the seeding for you. And they also have like a farmer mentorship program through that. So they have farmer mentors that will help teach other farmers how to do cover crop seeding well, how to manage your cover crop, and help terminate.
Nutrient stewardship field days are funded through Illinois Farm Bureau grants, which were created in 2015. More info at ilfb.org/field days. Now for your local obituaries. Brian Howie Reeves, 78, of Clinton, passed away at 11:30 a.m. March 10th at his residence in Clinton. A celebration of Howie's life will be August 23rd, 2026, with the location of the celebration to be announced at a later date. Calvert Funeral Home in Clinton is in charge of arrangements. Memorials may be directed to Second Chance Pet Adoption. Eileen H. Volley, 98, formerly of Rural Mount Pulaski, passed away at 10:05 a.m. February 26th at St. Clara's Manor in Lincoln. Private family graveside services were Tuesday, March 3rd at Lena Cemetery in Chestnut, Illinois, with Pastor Nick Blackledge officiating. The family entrusted Calvert Funeral Home in Clinton with arrangements. Memorials may be directed to the Humane Society of Logan County. Beverly Reynolds, 89, of Clinton, passed away at 9:05 a.m. March 12th at Goldwater Care in Clinton. Arrangements are incomplete at Calvert Funeral Home in Clinton. Earl A. Cagle, 66, of Sherman, passed away on Monday, March 9th at his home after being diagnosed with cancer. A visitation for Mr. Cagle will be held on Tuesday, March 17th, 2026, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Williamsville Christian Church in Williamsville. A memorial service for Mr. Cagle will be held on Tuesday, March 17th at 5 p.m. at the Williamsville Christian Church in Williamsville, with Shane Sims officiating. A meal will follow at the funeral or after the funeral service at the church. Burial will be at a later date at the Edinburgh Cemetery in Edinburgh, Illinois. Memorials may be made to the Pradier Willie Holmes, 36100 Genesee Lake Road, Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, zip code 53066, or to the Williamsville Christian Church. Peasley Funeral Home in Lincoln is in charge of arrangements. Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com. Network news is now.
SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Much of the country dealing with or bracing for severe weather today, from flooding to heavy snow to the threat of tornadoes. Israel has launched new attacks on Beirut and Tehran, while Dubai's airport suspended flights after an Iranian drone hit a nearby fuel tank, sparking a fire. Iran also launched missiles toward Israel earlier today. President Trump says he may delay his planned China visit as he pressures Beijing to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Its closure is pushing global energy prices higher. The CEOs of the nation's top airline companies are imploring Congress to restore funding to the Department of Homeland Security and embrace a bipartisan solution to pay federal aviation workers. TSA workers are among those going without paychecks during the shutdown. This is SRN News.
Let me paint a picture for you. It's midnight and sirens are blaring and you only have seconds to grab your child and run. Now, imagine you're elderly, getting downstairs, and after all of that, you end up in a bomb shelter for hours, even days, because you just can't make that trek up again. That's what's happening across Israel as Operation Epic Fury continues. Children are being traumatized, families are exhausted, homes have been destroyed. That's why the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is there, because as Israel continues to be under attack, its people on the ground are just trying to survive. The fellowship is bringing life-saving aid and emergency supplies to the most vulnerable. If you've ever wondered what it looks like to stand with Israel and stand for good against evil, this is it. This is the time. Join Christians around the world in praying for Israel and her people, and for the brave troops putting their lives on the line in this battle between good and evil. Stand in prayer by visiting supportifcj.org. That's supportifcj.org.
This is staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your regional radio forecast. A wind advisory continues until 10 a.m. today. A winter weather advisory continues until 1 p.m. this afternoon. Cloudy today with a chance for snow. Highs around 25, northwesterly winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. A dusting of snow today with another inch tomorrow night. Hear weather twice an hour or online anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com. Currently 26.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sportswire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. Clinton's baseball squad graduated just one senior from last year's team, and an experienced team is excited to see what they can accomplish this spring. Head coach Nate Ennis calls it easy when you return 7 seniors from the previous year. He says it is all about shooting for the highest of highs while managing the low moments.
Yeah, we lost one senior last year, so it's really not much of a turnaround. Mostly for us, it's getting guys back healthy. We struggled with injuries all year last year, so bringing back a healthy Brock Wilson is a big boost to us. Losing Colton Walker is tough, of course, but having another year out of these guys, hopefully we can make up for it. We got 7 seniors and a pretty strong group. Most of them are going on their 3rd or 4th year of starters, so expectations are high, but nothing bad has happened yet. That's what I keep saying. So it's March 9th today, and we're a week away from our first game, and we're going to have highs and lows throughout the season, and we just got to keep those lows high and the highs as high as they can come.
Athleticism is a strength for the Maroons this year. With 30 players on the team, Coach Ennis has the most kids the school has had in the program in 10 years.
Yeah, I think strength-wise, we're going to see we've got a very athletic group of kids. Really, the whole program does. Big numbers this year, over 30 guys. First time in a long time that's been the case. Certainly more than 10 years since there have been more than 30 guys in the program. So that's a gift. On top of that, we have a lot of athletes, and they're quick. So I think strength-wise, running bases should be a decent thing, and baseball speed matters, but also situational awareness and baseball IQ matters more. Thankfully, I've got a lot of baseball players out there, so that's a strength of ours. I think defensively and offensively, we should be okay. I think where we're going to need to improve and need to maybe surprise is pitching on the mound. We don't really have the upper level arm that's going to blow it by anybody at 90 miles an hour, but we've got some guys that can compete and locate a baseball, and hopefully we can get that as much as possible.
The Maroons should have plenty of pitching depth and experience. Coach Ennis says the emphasis is on getting outs and not just eating innings.
Yeah, Brock Wilson coming back obviously is a huge thing for us. So we expect him to eat as many innings as possible for him coming off of shoulder surgery. We're going to have to take it easy. He might say differently, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he's back to 100% plus pretty quickly. Jack Manning will see a lot of innings for us. Preston Curtis, Cole Fentress. Those are of the seniors there. And then, you got a few other guys that will kind of come in relief, looking for maybe a couple of juniors or a sophomore to impress us. Mitchell Cornwell is a guy we expect to eat some innings. Jaden Bell as well. Great. I say eat innings. That's really an understatement because we need these guys to come in and get outs and make us competitive in a ball game. Yeah, Josh Bass is probably going to lead our offense again in extra base hits with Brock Wilson right on his toes, right on his heels. I really hope those two guys are fighting it out for the home run lead through the season. They've got big goals for themselves, but really not looking for homers. We're just looking for them to get on base, and we need someone to get on base in front of them. So our offense will go as Bass and Wilson take us, and sky's the limit, I guess.
Clinton will get to play this season on a brand new turf field, which Coach Ennis and the team are excited for. Here, the season opening action this afternoon when the Maroons kick things off against Delavan on WHOW and all its digital platforms. First pitch is at 4:30 p.m. A lot of potential that will experience full-time varsity baseball for the first time is setting up an intriguing spring baseball season in Monticello. The Sages graduated a D1 pitcher in each of the last 2 seasons. However, this season, they will have several players who have a lot of potential, but not much varsity experience. Coach Chris Jones says he's excited about what he's working with, but there's a lot of inexperience.
Well, we got Hayden was a starter for us last year. Hayden's coming back as a starter. Matthias will probably move into that starting role at some point, get him back in a little bit of shape from being in basketball. And then we've got some other guys that are all right there in the mix. And Forrest Rodden would be one that I could probably give a nod to right away, that he will be in that mix of starters. Okay. So we're looking for one more and go from there and see how it pans out. Grant's healthy. He was out here running balls down in the outfield right now and looks really good, really moving like we thought he would move. Swing's coming along, so we'll see how he progresses throughout the year. It's hard to say right now because we do have quite a bit of inexperience in that lineup. I'm excited about the guys we've got, and only time will tell as we go through and see how they can adjust to the varsity schedule.
Senior Hayden Romano's season ended on a sour note last year after a tough outing at the Super Sectional against Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. He is excited to get back on the mound after a strong summer season.
I'm feeling good. I definitely think our team's looking pretty solid this year. We've got a lot of good younger guys now stepping up to play. We'll leave a lot of spots to fill, and hopefully it's the same as football where we came in and we did our job and we came close to beating the team we wanted to beat. Going back to the sectionals, definitely think we have a good chance of doing that, and definitely looking forward to. That's a big goal for us, is to make it out of regional or win the regional championship. And then we always talk about that every year of stepping up and getting the job done. It's a lot on pitching. After the sectional game where I didn't look too great, definitely had to build some confidence back and worked back into the pitching, like getting my curveball and everything else back into groove. That's what I worked on at the beginning of practice, is my slider, and that's a newer addition this year, and that's what I've been working on through the winter, is pitching and getting my arm ready for the season. I definitely learned that not every game is your game. Yeah. I mean, I had a pretty good season going into it. I had one rough game against Central before that, and then I came in there 17 days of rest and realized it's not every day is going to be your great day. So I definitely learned that, and that they just got to learn from it and go on. I definitely think our fielding's where we'll be strong. Hitting looks pretty solid. We got a lot of young guys, like I said, that will step up into the spot to fill our lineup.
Senior Coy Williams is coming off Tommy John surgery on his pitching elbow. While he won't be on the mound until May at the earliest, he is hoping to contribute with his bat this spring.
The main thing for me is just showing up every day, putting 100% effort into it, and then go from there, making sure I'm taking good at-bats in the cage, and just productive outs is the big thing for me this year. You know, there's not much I can do on the baseball field this year, but one thing that I can do is hit and be the best at it. It is a little bit. I'm hoping it comes back out a little bit this year. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully I can get a few over. That'd be really nice. From day one I started throwing, I've had no problems throwing. I've been able to throw every other day. I'm throwing 3 days a week, no issues at all. With kind of hitting every day now, it's kind of been a little bit trying to get used to that, just a little more soreness than what I'm used to, but it's been fine. Big thing for me is just get a lift in during the week so I can recover. But it's been going great, and then I'll be back hopefully first bullpen on the mound here soon.
Weather permitting, Monticello opens its season against Effingham this afternoon. Game time is 4:30 p.m. If there is baseball today, hear the action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Check out IL Sports Wire on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for a complete spring sports coverage of Monticello baseball, softball, soccer, and track. And also be sure to follow IL Sports Wire throughout the spring sports season for video highlights of Sage's sports. Hayden Fleury scored his first goal in more than 2 years and added an assist. Kyle Connor and Mark Sheffley each had their 31st goal, and the Winnipeg Jets edged the St. Louis Blues 3-2 on Sunday. Eric Comrie made 29 saves in his career-high 21st start of the season and first since February 25th to give him a personal best 11 wins. Fleury gave Winnipeg a 1-0 lead at 2 minutes and 31 seconds of the first period, scoring his first goal in the 64th game since signing with the Jets as a free agent in July of 2024. Dalibor Dvorsky and Dylan Holloway scored for the Blues, who lost in regulation for the first time in March, snapping their 7-game point streak. Jordan Binnington stopped 13 shots. Connor scored on a delayed penalty when he beat Binnington through a 5-hole with 8 minutes and 7 seconds remaining to put the Jets up 3-1. Holloway's 14th goal made it 3-2 with 51 seconds remaining. The Blues are at the Calgary Flames on Wednesday, while the Jets host the Nashville Predators on Tuesday. The Fighting Illini secured a series win over Minnesota after side split Saturday's doubleheader at Illinois Field. The Golden Gophers grabbed a 1-0 win in Game 1 before the Orange and Blue claimed a 4-2 victory in Game 2. Illinois is now 10-8 overall and 2-4 in conference play, while Minnesota moved to 15-5 and 1-2 against Big Ten opponents. In Game 1, Reagan Hall registered his third straight quality start, going 6.1 innings with no earned runs and 5 strikeouts. Sam Reed and Liam McKillop notched scoreless outings in relief. The second game saw the Illini score 4 times in the 7th inning, turning a 1-run deficit into a 3-run lead. That frame saw the hosts send 9 runners to the plate, posting 2 hits and 3 walks to plate 4 runs. Jack Zebig, Braden Mazzacano, J.R. Nelson, and Nick Groves all tallied RBIs for the Illini in the inning. Kyle Remington recorded the win, going 4 innings in relief while striking out 3. Aiden Flynn got the start and fired 4 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts. Reed Gannon got the save after getting the nod in the 9th. The Illinois State baseball program secured a series sweep with a 7-6 win in 15 innings Saturday evening at Duffy Bass Field. With the victory, the Redbirds have won 5 straight contests to improve to 13-7 in 2026. Illinois State recorded its second walk-off victory in the 4-game set after redshirt sophomore Braden Bakes was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 15th inning to drive home the winning run. Graduate Reese Clapp played a crucial role in the Redbird win, winning the longest outing of his career with 7 innings pitched after entering the contest in the 8th inning. Clapp limited the Leathernecks to no runs and allowed only 1 hit to secure his 3rd win of the season. With the score even, the contest entered extra innings for the 2nd time in the 4-game series. In extras, both pitching staffs limited the opposing offense to record 6 straight scoreless innings after 8 consecutive frames with a run scored. In the 15th inning, the Redbirds entered a bases-loaded situation after drawing 3 walks to set up Braden Bakes' hit by pitch to secure the walk-off victory. Pavel Dorofeyev recorded 2 goals and an assist for the 2nd straight game, and Aiden Hill had his first shutout in a year as the Vegas Golden Knights defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0 on Saturday. Rasmus Anderson and Keegan Kolsar also scored goals for the Golden Knights, and Mark Stone and Mitch Marner each had 2 assists. Jack Eichel played in his 300th Golden Knights game and had his 3-game goal streak end. Spencer Knight made 28 saves for the Blackhawks. Hill made 21 saves for his first shutout since a 4-0 victory over Columbus on March 13, 2025. His shutout nearly ended less than a minute into the 3rd period when Chicago defenseman Artem Eleshinov hit a back of the net from the right point. Vegas successfully challenged that. Ryan Green executed a hand pass. Golden Knights center Thomas Hertl also saved a goal in the 2nd period, knocking away Green's shot that with Hill caught out of the net. The Golden Knights took control with 3 goals within 3.5 minutes of each other in the first period of what became a chippy game between the clubs. Vegas's Jeremy Lawson and Chicago's Ethan Del Mastro were ejected in the 3rd period after receiving roughing and misconduct penalties. The Blackhawks host Minnesota on Tuesday night, while the Golden Knights host the Buffalo Sabres on Tuesday night. In scores from around the NBA, on Sunday, the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 116-103, while the Dallas Mavericks took down the Cleveland Cavaliers 130-120. The Toronto Raptors beat the Detroit Pistons 119-108, and the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Indiana Pacers 134-123. The Philadelphia 76ers took down the Portland Trailblazers 109-103, while the New York Knicks beat the Golden State Warriors 110-107, and the Sacramento Kings beat the Utah Jazz 116-111. In NHL scores from last night, the Ottawa Senators took down the San Jose Sharks 7-4, while the Anaheim Ducks beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-3. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Minnesota Wild 4-2, while the Seattle Kraken routed the Florida Panthers 6-2, and the Edmonton Oilers beat the Nashville Predators 3-1. Get highlights of your local high school program by finding IL Sports Wire on your preferred social media